What's up, what it do, my lovely Reese Cups? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and give this video a big thumbs up. What's up, y'all? So in this video, I am basically going to be showing you all how to just do a basic ombre set. So I am going to be using a hot pink and a nude color from Kiara Sky. And what's up, y'all? I know y'all missed me last week. I ain't post no videos. It's been a rough week last week, so I'm back at it this week. Just know that y'all be getting 2 videos a week from me. I'm trying to push more out, but this editing stuff is kind of quite a bit much. But anyway, shout out to these 3 people that commented on my last video. Shout out to y'all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for being the first to comment. And y'all make sure y'all go follow me on Instagram at Sherice the Nail Tech, you know, because it be lit over there. But y'all, as you see right now, I'm just shaving the natural nail down with my sander bit. And this is just a beginner's ombre set, nothing extravagant. I'm just showing how to do a basic ombre set. So you want to buff out the nail and dehydrate as much as you can and get all the shine off the nail. So now I'm using my cuticle ball. You can check out the link in the description box below. I have that linked down there. And this thing is everything. Like, I use this on every client, no matter if they're getting a pedicure. Well, I don't do pedicures. Scratch that. No matter if they're getting a manicure, a set, or whatever, I use this to clean up the back of the cuticle, and it actually get all that dead cuticle off and that cuticle skin, y'all. You have to try it, but you must use this on a low speed because you do not want to burn the back of their skin or their cuticle. So now I go ahead and dust that all off, and then I dehydrate it with my alcohol. I use 90% alcohol, and then I actually made this pink that you all see. I used these neon powders that I had bought, and then I mixed it in with some of my acrylic natural powder, and then I'm going to use these C-curve tips to I want to measure it out from sidewall to sidewall. I really love C-curve tips. I've been using these for a while, like since I actually found out about them. A lot of my clients use them. No one really gets the curved tips, even though some people like they old-fashioned, they curved tips, but right now I'm just using the C-curve tips. So I am just making sure that they are straight. I always turn my client hand the opposite way just so I can make sure the nails are straight and it's going from sidewall to sidewall on their nail bed. Then I also turn their hands around just to make sure it's straight that way, because you do not want to put on any crooked nails, especially if you have some good glue, because good glue only take about 3 to 5 seconds to dry. So you want to make sure you get that down to a T. And if you do put a nail tip on crooked and they're getting like a stiletto shape or like a different shape that's other than square, you can fix that because you could cut it to where it looks straight. But if it's square, it's going to be kind of hard, so you might have to try to take that tip off. So I just measured out what length they want. She said she wanted like a medium shape, so I just cut it to where my medium is. So everybody's lengths are different. Some people might think this is short, but that's my medium. And we're just, you know, cutting it down to where she like it, and she actually wanted just a little bit shorter, so I just cut it just a little bit shorter. I love these scissors. They're very, very great. Like, I bought these scissors a while ago. I had actually got these scissors from a lash kit, so but they work so great, so I'm using those. So then I take my medium grit and I kind of blend the tip in with that, and kind of file off some of that shine on the tip. So being a beginner nail tech, I advise you to use a hand file, to blend in the nail tip, because this can sometimes burn your client's nail bed. So you want to be very, very careful if you're not familiar with a e-file. So yes, use a hand file. So as I'm doing that, I'm just making sure everything looks great, and you want to buff the tip of the nail also, because you want your acrylic to stick to the nail tip too. You don't want your nail tip to be able to peel away from your acrylic. Then you dust that very, very good, and then you take your primer and you just put a little bit around the nail bed, and you just do this one time. And then once you're done doing that, you want to just let that dry just a little bit and go in with your first color, which is going to be at the tip. So you want to just use a very, very thin layer of this, because you don't want to make it too thick, because at the end you have to encapsulate this ombre set, because if you don't encapsulate it, you will foul off your ombre. So you want to just do a very thin layer at the tip of the nail, and you want to make sure you do not make this too thick, I'm telling you, because the ombre will turn out horrible. It took me a while to learn this, but then I got it down packed, like, okay, right here in the middle is where I'm making it too thick, or right close to the free edge is where I'm making it too thick. Let me thin it out a little bit. So you want to make sure you do that. And I always just put my first color on every nail before I ombre. So you want to, and it also helps with time. So you want to just take your first color and just go throughout the whole hand, the next hand with that color. Then you go back in on the first hand with the second color ombre, and you just keep doing that same process. You just want to use one color on each hand as you go, instead of ombre one nail, ombre another nail, ombre another nail. And it'll be very, very, very like, okay, I'm moving a little bit too slow, so let me speed the process up. So I learned that this speeds the process up by going in with one color first and then the next color. And also, by the way, I'm using a size 14 brush. So if you're a beginner, you might want to use something very smaller than that. So I didn't got comfortable with a size 14. You can work your way up, because I was just not too long ago, I want to say about 2 years ago, I was using a size 10 and 12. But I got comfortable with this 14, and it helps me move a lot faster with my nails. I'm able to pick up more acrylic beads and just, work up the nail with the acrylic brush. And that takes practice also. So once you're done with the first color, you want to clean your brush off very good. Then you go in and dip for the second color, and you want to also do this layer very thin. I repeat, very thin, and do not drag, just swipe. As you see, I'm just tapping and swiping, because if you drag, you will drag that color into the color at the free edge, and it will look very, very smushy and just not so good with the ombre. Like, it won't look like they're ombre together. It'll just look a mess. So you kind of want to just go in and look at different spots that you see that is not covered up very good, and it gives you that harsh line. So you want to just go in with that. And if you do see that you swiped up too much, you can take your brush and slightly swipe sidewall to sidewall, back and forth, left to right, to make sure you get that good ombre look. So as I said, I am just going in and I'm taking my second color and slightly swiping and tapping it up into the second color without dragging it. The purpose of ombre is for you to get your two colors to mix in the middle. So you want to get that mixed look in the middle instead of having a harsh line or a glob in the middle. And as you see, when I grab my bead of acrylic and I I place it and then I swipe from the tip of the bead up into the free edge color. So I do that very, very lightly. Then once I swipe the tip up into the color on the free edge, I go ahead and I swipe the back of the acrylic bead to fill in all the areas of the nail, because you don't want to have any spaces on the nail, because that can also cause lifting. Any areas that you see where you did not get any acrylic on the nail bed, you want to go ahead and cover that up. But I repeat, you do not want to get too close to the cuticle, because that can also cause lifting. And then when you get to filing and you need to get that acrylic off that cuticle, that can really hurt your client. So I clean my brush off very good on the paper towel, and then as I said earlier, I just repeat the same process on the opposite hand, and I just do basically the same things. So once you're done doing that, you want to clean off your brush again and go in with your clear acrylic. And I also like to try to use this just in one bead because I have a bigger brush, and I just place it at the back of the nail and I just work it up. You can push down on this, it doesn't matter because you're not ombreing, you just encapsulating your ombre. And you want to make sure you do this at the end because this will hold your ombre look, and make sure that you're satisfied with how your ombre look, because once you file, you're not going to be able to file some of that ombre a way that you might not like. So make sure you keep that in mind. And then I also add a little bit to the tip of the nail just to give it a little bit of thickness. I don't want the tip to be too thick because I want them to feel like it's their natural nail, but I just add just a tiny bit. And if you want to build a very thick apex, you can go ahead and add your clear acrylic bead in the middle of the nail and then work that up to the free edge and then go over it again from the back of the nail with a second bead and just cover that up as you would do if you were ombreing, but a little bit thicker. You don't want to make it too thick, but you want to have it thick enough to where you see that hump on the side of the nail when you look at the side of it, and it has a nice thickness to it and give you that great apex. So once I'm done doing all of this, I go in with my e-file and I file her nails down to how I like them. You can also do this with a hand file if you're not comfortable with an e-file. I actually left that part out, but if you want to check anything out with me filing, I have that in some of my previous videos, so you could go check that out. So once I'm done, I just buff it out. Once I'm done e-filing, have her wash her hands, and then I'll go in with it with some gel top coat to give it a shiny look, or you can do matte, whatever your clients want. And that's the finishing look. So I hope you all really like this video. I hope you all share, comment, and subscribe, and tell anyone and everyone about your girl Ree. And make sure you go check out me and Cal's YouTube channel. It's in the description box below. See you all in the next video. Love ya. Peace. Mwah.